When a woman is talking, you still in the game. When she goes silent, it's done. So if that woman is still talking and she's still arguing and complaining, we don't like it, but it's a sign that we're still in the game. Her silence is louder than her sound. If she telling you that she overwhelmed, that she feels like she about to go crazy, that she feels like she losing, the next thing she gonna do is not tell you nothing. And let me tell you something. If she get quiet, bro,
close to it,
you can forget it. My basketball coach told me, I remember, I was like, bro, he always on me. Like I played D1 ball. He's like, I was like, you always on me. He said, Keon, if I stop talking to you, then you in trouble. As long as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to potential. If she say, you know what, don't even worry about it. Bro, you need to go find you an apartment.
I say to the fellas, by the time a woman actually breaks up with you, you be like, she moved on so fast. It ain't so fast. This woman has probably been mentally breaking up with you for the last 6 months. You were just too oblivious to notice. So what I'm telling you is, when this woman is giving you the verbal hints that she needs you to change, take heed. Because the very moment she stopped trying to get you to work on a relationship, she stopped trying to get you to see the seriousness as to why you need to pay attention to the dumbass you doing, you gonna think things are getting better because she's no longer nagging you. Really, what that means is she is mentally checking out. When she stopped caring about the bullshit you doing, that's when you know you really need the motherfucking change. And you're gonna be talking to your boys. I mean, we ain't even got no problems no more. No, she just ain't saying shit no more. She is mentally breaking up with you. Here's the problem. We all pray for good women, but sometimes we ain't in a season where we can effectively receive her. You're praying for a good woman in your boy season. Make that make sense. When a woman finally, emotionally and mentally checks out of the relationship, she gone, bro. Surprise.
that woman you're upset with because she's crying, because she's trying to tell you how she feels, and she's done it 1,000 different ways to try to tell you, and you still haven't changed, trust me, there's gonna come a point where she doesn't cry, and that means she doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Men underestimate a silent woman. Once your girl no longer trips over what you are doing and no longer tries to talk things out, she's done. The silence of a woman means she has exhausted herself emotionally trying to get you to listen and you didn't. Now, she no longer cares.
Once a shorty gets silent and stops saying shit to you, it's a wrap, bro. You're done. You're cooked. If she keep complaining, arguing, getting back and forth with you, responding to you, that means she still fuck with you, bro. That means she wants you to be right for her. She wants you to be okay. Just tighten your shit up, gang. As soon as that girl get quiet, though, see ya.
If she stops talking, it's not peace, it's pain. A woman gets quiet when they're tired of begging you to hear her. Real men do not ignore the silence. They fix what caused it.
The best way to end something is to starve it. No reaction. Just don't feed it. That's where the true power lies. You see, where attention goes, energy flows. Cut off the energy. Stop trying to respond. Sometimes the loudest response is silence. Let negativity starve, and you'll see how fast it fades away.
You know, they say silence is golden, but when it comes to a woman in love, silence can be the loudest cry for help. When a woman stops complaining, it's not peace, it's surrender. At first she talks. She explains what hurts her, what she wishes could change, how she feels unseen or unheard. She repeats herself not because she loves to argue, but because she still believes you might listen. She complains because she still cares. But one day, something inside her just switches off. No more explanations. No more reminders. No more, why don't you ever, or I just wish you could. She's quiet now, not because everything is fine, but because she's stopped believing that anything will ever change. That silence means she's tired. Tired of talking, tired of being dismissed, tired of fighting for something that no longer fights for her. It's not anger anymore, it's acceptance. And that's the moment you lose her. Not when she yelled, not when she cried, but when she finally went quiet. So, if your woman has stopped complaining, don't mistake her silence for peace. Sometimes, silence means she's already halfway out the door, emotionally gone long before she physically leaves. Appreciate the ones who still care enough to speak up, because once she stops complaining, she's not trying to fix it anymore. She's trying to free herself. Thanks for watching. If this message touched you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real talk about love, life, and letting go.
A woman will cry to you, complain to you. She'll beg you to change for months. You see, the thing about girls is, once they're done, they're done.
A man them will cheat on their woman, and their woman know, especially if she know the somebody where I cheat with, or one of the person where I cheat with, and she always a complain about it, and all of a sudden she just stop complaining. You don't stop cheating up, but she stop complaining. You don't feel safe. You don't feel comfortable and contented.
They say a woman leaves emotionally way longer, way before she ever leaves physically. She's prepping herself because she knows once I've gotten to the point that, like you said, I no longer want to give you my energy and my attention, I'm on the way out. And 100%. I'm just waiting until I know I can break free, smooth, and leave you in the past. You'll never hear from me again.
I think what men underestimate is that women are in their head a lot. They're constantly thinking, constantly processing. So if too much is on her plate, she becomes mentally exhausted, mentally worn down. Yes. So when the woman says, I'm too tired for sex, the man thinks, well, you weren't doing nothing all day. Her mind was a million different places all day. By the time she got to this moment, she does not have the energy. When the mind goes, the body goes with it.
Listen to this. One of the most dangerous women is a silent woman. When a woman goes silent, be very careful. Because when a woman has given up, notice they'll stop talking. A complaining woman is a woman that still cares. When a woman stops talking, that means she stopped caring. So again, sometimes men, we complain about the fact that women keep talking. But the talking is because they're still engaged with feelings. But when the feelings have been removed, then you'll hear silence. And that's when she becomes dangerous. Don't let that go over your head.
Here's another harsh truth, and I really don't think y'all are ready for this one. When a good woman stops arguing with you, fighting with you, or even getting upset with what you're doing, she's probably checking out mentally, unfortunately. And when she checks out mentally, it's just a matter of time before she checks out physically. So just because she's physically there with you at that moment does not mean she's not already gone. And when she leaves, she's gonna leave in silence. Her silence is deadly in the relationship. Because she tried to make noise, you just didn't listen. And when you finally heard her, it was too late and you started to blame her for it. When all you had to blame was yourself. You just had to listen.
If you're a man and your woman stops complaining about the nonsense that you do, starts agreeing to anything that you say, just know that you are the only one in the relationship. Just know that you are dating yourself. Because she left the relationship years ago. You know, women don't talk. Women don't talk. Anytime they start complaining about something continues for a long time, it gets to a time that they don't complain again. And that's the time that you need to start making sense, my brother.
Let me tell you, if your girlfriend, if you are not married, you are just in a relationship, or your wife, if you are already married, has stopped complaining, has stopped asking questions, has stopped saying this and that, expecting you to explain, you must be very careful, because she is just about to leave you. You know, when a woman complains about something, we misunderstand this as men and just think this woman is just causing trouble unnecessarily. When she's asking you questions and she's complaining as to where you were and why are you doing something that she doesn't like, is because she still loves you. The moment she keeps quiet, I'm telling you, you're in big trouble. She is just about to leave you. Don't say I did not warn you.
The day she stops complaining, my guy, just know that you have lost her forever.
It's one thing when a woman is complaining in a relationship, but you need to worry if she stops complaining altogether. Then there's trouble.
She used to speak up. She used to ask, "Can we talk?" She'd cry, complain, question why you felt so far away. You thought she was dramatic, too emotional, too intense. You told her she was always looking for a problem. So she stopped. She stopped explaining how she felt, stopped asking where your heart went, stopped trying to be heard, and you thought, finally, peace. But you missed it. That silence wasn't peace. It was grief. It was the sound of her giving up. She stopped because nothing changed when she spoke. You brushed it off. You said she was overthinking, so she started overthinking in silence. You thought she was just in a mood. But every time she bit her tongue, every time she cried in the shower instead of in front of you, she was packing emotionally. By the time she stopped complaining, she had already started healing, not with you, without you. And when she finally left, you called it out of nowhere. But the truth? She left dozens of times. You just never noticed. You didn't lose her when she walked out the door. You lost her every time she asked for more, and you gave her less. She didn't stop loving you. She stopped begging to matter.
You better care while that woman still does. Because I tell you, when a woman becomes silent about the things that are bothering her, brother, it's too late. And she's going to be out of your life soon. So when she is telling you, I need you to improve, stop thinking that as a bad thing. Take heed. Make those changes. Because when you don't listen to her, when she cares, she won't listen to you after she leaves, and you finally start to care. You're going to be like, you just going to up and leave like that? Yeah, because she's been checking out of this relationship for months, and you thought it was getting better, didn't you? You sat there and you was like, man, the relationship is so awesome. She don't even complain about these things no more. Yes, because she's sick of your shit. And she's sick of talking about it and you not listening. So what she does is she says, you know what? Let me now use this energy I was using to try to get this man to change. Let me now use it on me. Let me now think about my exit strategy, my self-care. What I'm saying is, some women, when they tell you how they feel and what they need from you, they expect that you make those changes. So if you care about that woman and you don't want to lose her, you better miss her while she still miss you. You better care for her while she still cares for you. Because here you come, I can change now. I can be the man you need. Afterwards. I can be better and do better by you. Afterwards. I'm going to leave those alone, I promise. Afterwards. Where was all that motherfucker energy when she was crying tears, begging you to acknowledge her concerns? Why all of a sudden, when she finally decides to leave, now you want to change?
Have you ever been with a girl and all she does is fuss and complain? Complains about this, about that, your habits, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you something. Her fussing means that she's fighting to stay. But the second that she goes silent, she's ready to leave. It's up to you. You see, the problem with us guys is that we never think the girl's gonna leave. She's here forever. She's not going anywhere. So they make everything a habit. And the more you make something a habit, the more it builds up. And one day you just get into that fight where it could be the last fight ever. It's the last time you ever hear from her again. You're blocked everywhere. And usually that's the time when everyone decides, okay, I'll change now, but it's a little too late now. You see, you drove her away so far to the point of no return. And now you gotta face the consequences. So tell me, are you going to risk it?
What men call nagging is actually your woman fighting for the relationship. When she gets quiet, she's out.
Ooh, I love this one so much. And it's funny because as much as I've been through these processes and as many clients as I've counseled with, that hadn't occurred to me as much. It's like you just get to a point where you just stop being vocal. You stop saying it's a problem. We don't take the time to have serious conversations so that people understand it's serious. And it's just, life happens, right? You're going back and forth and it's like, you're on your way out to work and they're bringing the kids somewhere. You're going back and forth. Or you're making dinner. It's like, hey, you know, this is a problem. Take some time to have some quiet time alone and say, this is serious. It's very important for people to understand when you're talking to them that it's serious. But then again, you got to effing tune in. When your husband or wife is talking to you, tune in. You gotta listen. You can't be like not listening to them. Once communication is over, that's it. It's done. You gotta listen. You can't be like not listening to them. Once communication is over, that's it.
Once she makes peace with the fact that you're not meant to be in her life, it is a wrap for you. Because you thought that she would keep just repeating herself forever. Nah, she'd much rather accept the fact that you'll only ever hear her once she stops speaking. See, you thought her being more quiet was her admitting defeat, when really it was the calm before your cutoff. Because when a woman realizes you're the reason her spirit has been so restless, she starts leaving then, mentally. And it'll be so subtle you won't even notice when it's happening, because you thinking it's gonna be some loud blow up or teary-eyed monologue about what she can't take no more. Nah, It's going to be happening as those text messages from her get shorter, as her tone gets more detached, as the I love yous become fewer and farther in between, when she stops asking for affection, maybe even making excuses to avoid it, when you saying something to her and her facial expression says every time that she don't believe nothing you saying. That's what is happening. Because whereas her heart used to race at the sound of your voice, now she cringes at the very sight of you. But she didn't just wake up one day and fall out of love. First, you pushed her out. With every unkept promise, every red flag, you forced her to ignore. That's when she came to terms with not being able to force you to love her, but she knew you was gonna feel the difference when she was no longer around. And that peace that she found with your absence really made your presence irrelevant. So for her, it was no longer a heartbreak. It was homecoming. Because her intuition moved back in where your manipulation used to live. And at that point, you were emotionally evicted from the place in her heart she should have never given you keys to begin with.
Dear men, when your wife and partner stops complaining about the issues in your marriage, then your marriage is crashing. Women will naturally complain and express themselves when they see an issue in the marriage. But if she keeps quiet about this, it could mean the following. 1, she's tired of you seeing her complain as nagging. 2, she feels unsafe expressing her needs. Would you blame her when you have physically abused her before in the past? She's trying to avoid this. 3, she doesn't see you as someone who's willing to change. She's tired of the constant back and forth, and to her, this is a lost battle. 4, she stopped complaining because every time she does, you judge and use it against her. 5, her heart is no longer in that marriage. All you see there is just her body. She's planning her exit. Drop that pride, bro. Go back home and fix your relationship and marriage. My name is Mr. Revolution.
When your wife stops nagging you and somewhat gets off of your back, you've lost her. All the while your wife is criticizing you, nagging you, is on your back and ultimately demanding more from you, you have an opportunity to save your relationship. She's showing you that she still cares about you being together and she wants the relationship to work. But as soon as the nagging stops, as soon as her heightened state of emotion starts to deplete, and you notice that she's not on your back as much, it's not because she's now happy and self-soothed herself in the relationship. You've lost her. Emotionally, she is gone. You are disconnected, and that safe space and that sacred space in her heart that was once exclusive to you is no longer there. The relationship is done. Everything has changed. The dynamic will no longer be the same. And it's at this point that you will start to see her withdraw. She will pull away and she will no longer be connected to you. You will coexist at best, but there won't be a relationship any longer. And dependent on how wounded she is and how exhausted she is will depend on the severity of what happens next. But when your wife goes quiet, you've lost her.
When a woman is no longer concerned with explaining herself to be understood, a very unique shift in her energy is seen. And it has nothing to do with her being loud, her yelling, or her screaming at you, or even accusing you. It has everything to do with her withdrawing herself from you and being distant. Now that she pulled back and finally chose herself, all of a sudden everyone around her thinks she's too much, she's too difficult. And that's because she's no longer sacrificing herself for their convenience. When a woman stops over-explaining herself to be understood, she stops sugarcoating her nose and she stops doing things and performing for everyone's approval. Those who relied on her compliance are always going to react the loudest. And that's because when a woman stops giving explanations, the dynamic collapses. She's no longer a people pleaser. Now she's pleasing herself, and that reveals the inadequacy of those around her. And research confirms this. There was a 2022 study done titled Heavier Her Crown Lies, where that study highlighted how women face stronger external pressures to perform emotional labor that stem from a socialization that emphasizes things like empathy and interpersonal activity. So when women reject these expectations, they're more likely to be labeled as cold and selfish. And it's not because of their character, but it's because they violated everyone's entitlement to their emotional labor. So when a woman finally learns how to set boundaries and prioritize herself, a lot of people, instead of celebrating those boundaries with her, they'll accuse her of being too much, too difficult, or too sensitive. But the reality of the matter is all she's doing is treating herself with the loyalty that she has given to everyone else. She ain't being cold, she ain't being selfish, she's just treating herself the way she deserves to be treated. How can you be mad at that? Now just ask yourself, who benefits the most when women feel like they have to justify every boundary of theirs? It's not her. Who benefits the most when women extend their emotional labor? Not the woman. Who benefits the most when women rationalize and soften their boundaries for others around them? Not her. Society has conditioned women to believe that her compliance is somewhat associated with her worthiness. So when she finally puts herself first and no longer seeks to explain herself to others around her, people are going to feel resentful for her making that choice because they know that they're not going to be benefiting from this woman.
When she becomes nonchalant or very lackluster when it comes to intimacy.
Oh,
right.
That's a good one.
When intimacy no longer is a thing for her, when she doesn't care about cuddling in the middle of the night, when she doesn't care about, you know, pleasure in that aspect, or she kind of like takes it off the table, when that's normally something that y'all do.
Yeah.
Oh, just know, if she's not getting from somewhere else, she's okay with not.
Mr. Husband, if your wife who used to nag and argue with you suddenly becomes silent, my brother, take a step back. Because she has entered a mode called emotional bankruptcy. In a world called do whatever you want. If your wife who used to argue with you suddenly becomes silent, my brother, take a step back and reflect on your choices. That woman who used to argue whenever you came back home late, right now you come back home late and she just looks at you and she's like, the food is on the table. And she doesn't argue with you anymore. My brother, she's in a world called do whatever you want. I'm exhausted with you.
When a good woman has gotten to the point of saying it is what it is, she has gotten to a powerful point in her life. Because that's the point of where she knows her limits. She knows what she could tolerate, what she won't tolerate, and knows what she deserves. And know who to expect it from and who not to expect it from. Like, she just knows the ins and outs of certain kinds of people and who to keep and who not to keep. So when you're the type to not keep, and she's gotten to the point of it is what it is, you're just gonna be on a checkoff list. You're just gonna be part of the old chapter while she writes a new chapter without you, whether you friend, family, or intimate partner, whatever. Whoever you are, understand that a good woman will only tolerate so much from you. Whether you, her mama, her daddy, her sister, her brother, her partner, her friend, her co-worker, whoever you are, she can only tolerate so much from you.
The first sign is when she stops complaining. My friend, you are not winning. Many times people are advising you, oh, do this, women only need this. Once you find a good-hearted woman who is committed to build you up, you also know she's of a different caliber. Yes. But they usually know this woman can survive without me. That knowledge that she can have a good life. And so many men are dying to have her. That she will be spoiled for choice when she's ready.
Yes.
You know, just that knowledge should warn you. Now, when a woman stops complaining and adopts courtesy rather than romance,
yes,
she's no longer really that excited, but neither is she angry.
Yeah.
When a woman is no longer so much into you,
yes,
but she's not anyway bothering you, the things you used to do and she will complain, she doesn't complain.
Yeah.
And she performs her duties logistically, cooks the food,
yes,
makes the clothes clean, just gets the house running, and lets you do you.
yes,
The moment a woman used to complain, get stressed, get depressed, is no longer complaining. These are the last stages. You may redeem yourself, but usually she has stopped caring.
yes,
And she has started scheming
yes.
to make sure she organizes her life without you.